Have you ever felt unsure about the anatomy down there? Whether you're in a relationship with someone who has a vulva or you have one yourself, this is for you. I'm Dr. Claudia Six, clinical sexologist. I'm a board-certified urologist and pelvic surgeon. And today I'm going to walk you through a clear science-based explanation of female anatomy without shame, without myths, just real understanding. And be sure to stay until the end because we'll cover the truth about the G-spot, what it is, where it is, and what science actually says. Let's get started. To understand anatomy, we need to begin with development. Early in pregnancy, during the first 8 weeks, a fetus doesn't yet have visible genitals. At that stage, everyone starts with the same basic structures, a genital tubercle and a urogenital sinus. By around week 10, those structures begin to differentiate based on genetics. If the baby has XX chromosomes, those tissues develop into female external genitalia. If XY, they develop into male anatomy. Here's the fascinating part. Many structures in male and female bodies are homologous, meaning they develop from the exact same embryonic tissues. For example, the genital tubercle becomes the head of the penis in males and the head of the clitoris in females. The clitoral hood is structurally similar to the foreskin. The outer lips of the vulva, called the labia majora, correspond to the male scrotum. This shared origin is important because it explains why certain areas like the clitoris are incredibly sensitive, just like the penis. These structures are made from the same nerves and blood vessels. Now, let's look closer at the vulva. The vulva includes everything you can see on the outside: the outer lips, inner lips, clitoral hood, and clitoris itself. At the very top is the clitoris, the most sensitive part and the primary source of sexual pleasure for most women. Stimulation of the clitoris often leads to orgasm. And, just like the penis, the clitoris can become engorged with blood, firm and highly sensitive during arousal. It even has a hood that can move, much like a foreskin. And that hood can sometimes stick or form adhesions, which may cause discomfort. Now, here's something most people don't know. The clitoris is much larger than it appears from the outside. What you see, the external head, is just the tip. Internally, the clitoris extends down, wrapping around the vaginal canal with 2 long branches. These internal structures are rich in erectile tissue, just like the penis, and they also swell and contract during arousal. Next, just below the clitoris, is the urethral opening, the exit for urine, and beneath that is the vaginal opening. The vagina itself is an incredible structure. It's muscular, flexible, and responsive. During arousal, it can elongate by up to 3 in, allowing for more comfort during intimacy. And of course, it's the birth canal during childbirth, capable of tremendous expansion and recovery. And finally, below the vagina is the anus. That makes 3 external openings: urethra, vagina, anus, each with a specific function. Now, let's go deeper into one of the most talked about and misunderstood topics, the G-spot. The G-spot was first described in the 1940s by Dr. Ernst Greffenberg. It refers to an area on the front wall of the vagina about 1 to 2 inches and often associated with sensitivity and arousal. Some describe it as a small ridge or area that responds to pressure or a come-hither motion. But here's what science says. There isn't one specific anatomical structure called the G-spot. Instead, this area overlaps with the internal clitoral arms and the skin's glands, which are homologous to the male prostate. That's why some women report pleasure and even ejaculation when this area is stimulated. But it's not a magic button. For many, clitoral stimulation remains the primary pathway to orgasm. In fact, most women require clitoral involvement either externally or through internal pressure to climax. And that's normal, healthy, and supported by decades of research. So, let's recap. The clitoris and penis come from the same embryonic tissue. The clitoris is much more than what you see on the outside. It's large, internal, and full of nerve endings. The G-spot is real for some women, but not all, and it overlaps with the internal clitoral network. Female pleasure is diverse, personal, and entirely valid. In my next video, we'll explore the topic of female ejaculation, what it is, where it comes from, and whether it's common. So, don't forget to subscribe. And as always, take care of your body, because you are worth